So, hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. And so, I know it is the time where we get back to some more serious study for the next batch of students.
Yes, very good morning to all the bachas who are here. And yes, so from now we are gearing up for the next batch of students who are going to be with us. And as we've always said, we will try and be connected. We'll keep mentoring time to time. We'll keep giving you strategies. We'll keep pushing you, nudging you to the right path, right?
So, one of the things that I wanted to say in the beginning itself, for many students, it is going to be a very relevant answer. Yesterday I was talking to one of my students, and he said, "Sir, should I prepare for the November INICET or should I wait for the result?" Now, that's a very tricky question, and I wanted to answer this question to you with an example. Now, with some timelines actually. So, NEET PG happened on 3rd of August. Usually, they take around a month to give the result. So, assuming the result comes by end of August or in the beginning of September, whatever may be the cutoff and all those questions that you're asking, by the time the counselings will happen, you will be looking at the November INI set. Now the
Yes.
smarter people, what they do is they envision this earlier. वो पहले समझ जाते हैं कि ऐसा होगा. बाकी लोग पूछते रहते हैं, पहले रिजल्ट देख लेता हूँ, पहले कट ऑफ समझ लेता हूँ, पहले अब जो हो गया, जो गोली चल गई उसको थोड़ी देखना होता है बार बार. Try to
Yes.
understand. The bullet has already been fired. You have already given the paper. No matter of discussions and debates on Telegram कि ये इमेज नहीं थी, वो थी, पक्का थी, ये नहीं थी, वो नहीं थी करने से रिजल्ट नहीं चेंज होगा. To change the result, the only way possible is if I think I have done well and I think I am a good enough candidate for November. So I was telling this to a very good friend of mine whose son is gave the paper recently. उसने बोला कि सुमेर ऐसा क्या करे वो उसके गेम बदल जाए. अच्छा बच्चा है तो मैंने कहा नवंबर का आईना ही क्यों नहीं देता. वो कहते वो सोच रहा है रिजल्ट देख के दूंगा. फिर नहीं हो पाएगा बिकॉज देन यू लूज आउट ऑन द प्रेशियस month in between. So one of the things that we wanted to bring to your notice is that in the November there is an INICET exam going to happen, which will be an opportunity irrespective of you do well or you don't do well in the NEET PG
Yes,
exam. दोनों
I
के लिए
was
बड़ी
uh,
opportunity
I
because
was going to say the same thing कि कुछ बच्चे ये सोच रहे हैं और जिनका अच्छा हुआ है. I know people who are getting around 170 correct who've been messaging me and asking me, ma'am, I want to give the November exam, right? So please, it is irrespective of how well you have done, what exactly is your number of correct. As sir said, by the time you reach the counseling phase and everything, November is anyways, you are landing up in November. And then there is another opportunity knocking your door. So there is absolutely no harm to take the opportunity, right? What best we can make out of it, we will see. And the only purpose is am I going to choose what I want to do, or is it going to be blasted on me that this is the only thing that is coming your way, so you anyways have to do this, right? So it's always about, are we able to make a choice, and to create the choices we'll have to take up the opportunities, right? If we don't, then we are not really creating enough choices for ourselves, right?
now the second thing is suppose you have done well in this NEET PG exam और आपको लगता है मुझे सिर्फ नवंबर INI का देना है, there should be a different strategy from the ones who have not done well in the NEET PG. You have to keep in mind that there will be another opportunity in May, which will be another INI set exam, and probably we are looking at a NEET PG 2026 in June next year. So
Yeah.
because this year the paper has happened in August, they can't do it in 3-4 महीने में थोड़ी दोबारा कर लेंगे. So
नहीं
it
हो
is
ही
not
नहीं सकता, it is impossible.
yeah, so they take at least 3 months after the notification of the paper. So we are looking comfortably at June. June का paper अगर हम सोच रहे हैं, so then we need to make a bigger plan, a longer plan. So what I'll do is, I will first of all put on your slide the revision resources. Now suppose you are only preparing for the November INICET. These are the things that you should start immediately. Your live rapid revision from the app, your DVT, and don't forget the mission INICET. जैसे DVT NEET और INI दोनों को टारगेट करता है, mission INICET only targets the INICET
I
paper.
think Dr. Sameer has majorly forgotten a very important thing. and that is INICET TND. Okay,
Yeah.
which usually is the game changer for our INICET exam, right? INICET TND now is not a separate course. So the beauty is that if you take up TND, you actually get both. You get an opportunity to prepare for INICET, and you get an opportunity to, if there are other students who haven't done very well, who want to go even up to NEET PG, then you have the NEET PG TND as well. So INICET TND is going to give you a schedule also, right? And most importantly, it will give you all these resources that Dr. Samir was talking about. So whether it is back to
So
basics,
what
whether
I'm
it
going to tell you today is that कि अगर आप ना नवंबर आईएनआई के टारगेट करते हो, you need to make a timeline till October, ठीक है? अगस्त, सितंबर, अक्टूबर, नवंबर में तो पेपर है. So till 10th of October, I want you to again work deep. जो वीक एरियाज है फर्स्ट सेकंड ईयर के और बिग क्लिनिकल सब्जेक्ट्स के. INICET 50% of the paper will be first second year, and remaining 50% majorly will be from medicine, surgery, obs, gynae, PSM. एंड इवन इफ यू लुक एट नीट पीजी इस बार पूरा ऑब्स गाइनी पीएसएम ने पकड़ा हुआ था पेपर को इतना ज्यादा. सो यू नीड टू मेक श्योर दैट यू आर गुड एट दीज सब्जेक्ट्स इन द फर्स्ट 2 months. इन पे काम करते हैं. आखिरी महीने में रिवीजन के अंदर वी यूज दी LRR, DVT, मिशन, INICET एंड PYQ का पास. इफ आई वाज इन योर प्लेस एंड आई वाज गोइंग टू डू वेल इन द नीट पीजी, मुझे लग रहा है मेरा नीट पीजी अच्छा हुआ है, तो मैं आईएनआई को टारगेट करते हुए आईएनआई का जो डैम्स के ऐप के ऊपर आईएनआई टीएनडी है उसको पूरा खत्म करूंगा. दैट विल बी माय फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी इफ आई एम टारगेटिंग द नवंबर एग्जाम.
And you need to know this, that the moment you take the TND, you will definitely have a life cycle of INICET TND, but at the same time, you will also get on the day of joining itself one whole set of recorded INI TND as well, which we did for the May session. So in fact, you will get 2 seasons. You will get the May season in the form of the recorded one, and you will get a whole new live season as well. So you can do some of the subjects from the recorded session, and some you can keep doing as and when they come live, right? Also,
So, beta, this was our answer to Dr. Mehta, who was in the chat box, who asked for November INI. Then I see in the chat box, somebody, Santosh is saying, sir, NEET PG ka schedule batate. So, NEET PG 2026 will happen in June. So, then you have to target finishing your syllabus till March. Your target is March, so that April and May you will do
yes.
revision. April and May and the part of June that you will get, you will do revision. Your target is March to finish the syllabus. अभी क्या गलती क्या होती है, and I want to emphasize on this. This is the most important message from our video today. Suppose you're targeting November exam, you're targeting the NEET PG next year, और अभी से आप रिवीजन करने लग जाओगे तो बात नहीं बनेगी. So this is a big difference here because the paper is very conceptual. The paper is very conceptual, and you cannot do it without concepts. This year, people are saying paper was easy. I doubt, because I have seen that anybody who has attended the regular class will be able to solve it better. Anybody who has done the complete DAMS back to basics video will be able to do it better. For example, like, today only me and Dr. Deepti were discussing about the adenomyosis question. It is something which we routinely discuss at length in the classes. At length. In DVT, we might mention it, but at length discussions about the role of MRI in endometriosis. Next time, याद कर लो, अगली बार वापस आना इसी पे. Next year, they will show you mushroom cap appearance of deep-seated endometriosis on MRI. Then you will come back and say, sir, ये कहाँ पे था? Regular class के DAMS back to basics में है. So you understand, endometriosis and adenomyosis, MRI has revolutionized the way we diagnose. This is the kind of concept that will happen in a regular class. So I am emphasizing now, till March, you will build your content, your class notes. It could be you can use the DAMS workbooks if you want to write along with the teachers, or you can use the handwritten notes if you don't want to write, only highlight. Both of them are available. Full content has been revised in the DAMS back to basics. So content has to be the first step now.
Okay, now there could be other students who are saying, what about if I am a dropper, or if I am going to take another chance? So whether you have to take another chance or you are starting fresh for next year, which means that is going to be your attempt, you need to analyze 2 things. Number one, if you feel you are a person who is okay with self-study, but in between you need some interaction. For example, every week if there is one interaction with the teacher, then you will be able to sort of ask your doubts, clarify, learn the application. So if you are someone who is more of a self learner and would want some interaction every week, then yes, joining TND is the best way forward. Why do I say that? Because TND gives you the entire back to basics. So through the back to basics, you prepare by yourself, right? Whatever subject is coming, you prepare that from back to basics. You do DQB, you appear for the class test, and then you give a TND, which is going to be interactive. So you will have only one live class a week, right? Which will have a proper schedule. So in fact, you have a schedule also for yourself on how to study. Second category of students are who are not very good at self study, right? They say, ma'am, I start well with self study, but then somewhere I lag behind. So if you are someone who is not comfortable with self study, then yes, we have more interactive ways as well. For example, you can join the app live program, where every day you will have a 5 hour class live. So that gives you, a rhythm, a consistency, short periods of study every day. You will get time for self study also. The classes are in the evening, so if you're going to the hospital, that is also very comfortable, right? And if you feel that you are someone who wants an interaction, but you would want to come to a face to face center, then yes, you can do that as well if it is available in your city. But now with DAMS Alpha, we are on the app, so you will get the same
So,
faculty,
yeah,
everything on the
I
app.
wanted to emphasize this for, I got a lot of messages from students who are saying, sir, मेरे शहर में डैम्स का सेंटर नहीं है face to face. Then how do I manage? So if you notice now with the alpha edition of the app, we have brought the live classes on the phone itself. Now, same class that you would have gotten in a classroom, you can attend it live, ask questions or ask queries on the app live. If you are a busy guy who don't have time for classes, and you are constantly busy with your work or internship or something, and you want something which is self learning, we have come up with an edition which is fully recorded called as back to basics. And the most interesting thing is, content is same in face to face, app live, recorded. It is your choice, and that is what we
And
believe.
it's
It
all
is
in the
your
same format. For all the three things, the format is same. It is workbook based. The notes are same for all three. The handwritten notes are same now for all three. Whether it is, your app live, your TNDs, your back to basics, you can use the new handwritten notes because all the notes are also workbook based. Okay. Now somebody is saying, ma'am, please give a 3 month subscription for INI TND. Now please listen to me very, very carefully. You have done this to yourself previously as well. कि बस कुछ ऐसा कर दो कि मार्च तक की सब्सक्रिप्शन हो, and then the exam got delayed. And now when you've given the exam, you feel you want to go up till November. Why do you do that to yourself? Okay, so take a safe margin, beta. If even if you are appearing for INI TND, why do you want it to be exactly like that so that you don't give yourself any safe margin, right? So you might
and
land up
second
saying, I
thing
also
is,
want to appear for NEET PG. Then, right? Maybe you want to take another chance for NEET PG. Then,
okay.
right?
Another thing that we have wanted to highlight was that, whenever we are preparing for an exam like NEET PG, we also need to develop habits. We need to look at our habits of MCQs. Now, अभी तक मैंने बताया कि अगर जून में एग्जाम है, टिल मार्च आई नीड टू फिनिश माय कंटेंट. बहुत टाइम है, बहुत टाइम है. अभी शॉर्टकट की तरफ नहीं भागना. आई सी अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेरी
मार्च
सेइंग,
अप्रैल
सर
हो सकता है, जून जुलाई
सर
में हो पेपर.
या जून का पेपर अगर हम मान के चलते मार्च में खत्म करेंगे, तब भी 2 ढाई महीने रिवाइज कर रहे हैं. सो नाउ यू नीड टू वर्क मोर ऑन योर कॉन्सेप्ट आएंगे क्लासेस से, और एमसीक्यू हैबिट विच विल बी डेली डीक्यूबी ऑन योर डैम्स क्वेश्चन बैंक. यू विल डू 50 क्वेश्चंस एवरी डे. दैट विल बी योर एमसीक्यू हैबिट. But we will not stop at that. We need to know what our weakness was. If your weakness was exam giving skill, आप अगर एग्जाम नहीं दे पा रहे थे या गलतियां कर रहे थे, रिकॉल नहीं कर पा रहे थे, सो यू नो इट बाय नाउ के हो सकता है यार तूने पढ़ा है लेकिन तेरे को याद नहीं रह रहा. दिस टाइम देन यू विल मेक अ चेंज इन योर स्टडी मेथड. You will start giving more emphasis on testing. So on DAMS, you have multiple level of testing. You have different class tests, SWT, GTs, and only one unique thing in DAMS is we also have mini tests called as the transform test. ये हमने बनाए इंस्टाग्राम जनरेशन के लिए, क्योंकि आप 60 सेकंड में पूरी पिक्चर देख लेते हो, तो हमने 20 क्वेश्चन के टेस्ट भी बनाए। सो क्लास टेस्ट आर स्लाइटली लॉन्गर, जीटी आर लॉन्गर, लेकिन तेरे कंफर्ट के लिए ट्रांसफॉर्म 10x टेस्ट भी हैं जो 20 क्वेश्चन के टेस्ट हैं। सो दिस इज, नाउ आई विल जस्ट समराइज दिस। देखो, अगर आप टीएनडी, क्लास टेस्ट, एसडब्ल्यूटी, जीटी ये सब कर रहे हो, ठीक है, सो दैट मीन्स यू आर एम्फेसाइजिंग ऑन टेस्टिंग एंड दैट इज द करेक्ट मेथड इफ you already had the notes.
Yes,
If you did,
Sumir, I just want to add something here. Somebody has written also कि मैम मैं B2B के सारे वीडियोस देख चुका हूँ, मैं अपने नोट्स भी बना चुका हूँ, अब मैं कैसे करूँ? So always, every revision has to be in a different format, right? So if you have gone through the B2B videos, most importantly, I would want you to go through now with a TND program, you know, which gives you the time for revision of your content, but it is going to test you in a different way in the form of application. Are you able to apply the concepts that you have learned? Also, I would want you to now go through the videos very quickly with the help of Cortex AI golden points. Suppose you want to revise a topic, right, and you don't feel like watching the entire video again, then please use the Cortex AI golden points. You will not miss a single important thing. You will revise the topic in the form in probably in maximum like 15-20 minutes, right? So TND with Cortex AI golden points, especially if you are someone who has done the videos once, who has made your notes once, or who have attended the classes once, right?
कि मैं ना 2-3 क्वेश्चन ले रहा हूँ। एक बच्चा कह रहा है कि सर मुझे पता है टीएनडी करना चाहिए, लेकिन मेरी लेजीनेस मुझे रोक रही है। तो बेटा, अगर पता है तो उसको हराते हैं। वी कैन ब्रेक आउट फ्रॉम लेजीनेस विद हैबिट्स। आपको अच्छे हैबिट बनाने पड़ेंगे, सुबह उठ के टेस्ट करने पड़ेंगे, डिस्कशंस लाइव अटेंड करने पड़ेंगे, यू विल स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग इट अप। एक बच्चा पूछ रहा है सर मेरा एमसीक्यू स्किल लैगिंग है। शांतन, INICT अगेन यू नो आई विल एम्फसाइज टेस्ट एंड डिस्कशन इज द आइडियल कोर्स, क्योंकि वो बैक टू बेसिक्स के ऊपर वाले लेवल पे है। देखो, I try to understand how the DAM subscription plans. They will also help you to, you know, take an idea on which course to subscribe also. सारे जितने भी मोबाइल ऐप आते हैं वो रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर के बाद उनके पास कोई प्लान नहीं है, उनके पास 3 प्लान है, 1 2 3 3, ठीक है। डैम्स में 4 या 5 प्लान है, 5। तो चौथा प्लान होता है टीएनडी, जिसमें रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर तो मिलता ही है, उसके ऊपर टेस्ट एंड डिस्कशंस भी होते हैं वीकली, व्हिच हेल्प द स्टूडेंट्स व्हिच आर पुअर इन देयर एमसीक्यू स्किल्स, उनको बहुत मदद करते हैं। ओके, उसके ऊपर एक प्लान है ऐप लाइव, जिसमें टीएनडी भी होगा, रेगुलर रिकॉर्डेड भी होगा, लेकिन रोज लाइव टीचर क्लास में बैठा होगा। ये उन बच्चों के लिए जिनको कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है और उनको लाइव टीचिंग की जरूरत है। So that is where we are, and so for you, your answer for Shantan will be TNDs. And I'll answer one more query before I tell you more things. इसे बच्चा पूछ रहा है सर न्यू साइकिल ऐप का कब शुरू होगा? I
कल
think
से शुरू हो गई।
we started yesterday. We started the new cycle. Yes, don't panic. ये साइकिल फिर से 6-7 महीने बाद फिर से भी रिपीट होता है। तो इट्स अ साइक्लिकल कोर्स। डैम्स लाइव
And
कोर्स
you
कैन बी
also get the
joined
previous
anytime.
cycle as well.
Yes. Okay.
अच्छा, अब एक चीज ध्यान से सुनते हैं। There was a query. Okay, there is in fact not a query. This is something that I want to tell to all of you. Did you all like the NEET PG PYT PDF that we had made for you in Back to Basics? Yes. And do you realize now that generally the exams would not budge a lot from the topics, but yes, they would play around a lot in the topics to see your concepts and application, right? So because everyone was so happy with the NEET PG PYT PDF, I am going to very soon now add INICT PYT PDF in your Back to Basics, right? So we have already started the work on it, and very soon these PDFs will also be available in Back to Basics.
ओके, एंड सम बच्चे सेइंग सर मेरा बैक टू बेसिक्स है, मुझे लाइव में शिफ्ट करना है। तो बेटा, इफ यू हैव बॉट दिस कोर्स इन लास्ट 2 months ऑड, यू विल सी इन योर ऐप अ बटन कॉल्ड एज अपग्रेड। यू कैन अपग्रेड टू अ ऐप टीएनडी और ऐप लाइव कोर्स। तो यू जस्ट सी द अपग्रेड बटन एंड सी द डिफरेंस दैट यू हैव टू पे। Okay. Another, you know, question that I wanted to answer was, that is again very important, is that many people miss out on this single most important aspect in the last part of your study will be CBT. This year I've seen, मतलब मेरे ख्याल से मतलब इतने मैसेज है मेरे पास जो बच्चे कह रहे हैं अगर मैंने CBT ना दिया होता on the day of the exam I would have been nervous, I would have been anxious. You need to practice these CBTs in the final go. So what we have done in DAMS is we have created this idea that anybody who starts should start with content, then make a habit of MCQs, start giving your class test, SWTs, GT, and revise with us with LRR, revise again with us with DVT, and we will help you with the PYQs and the CBT. But if you already have the notes, then the idea will be you go with the TND. So try to understand the DAMS plans. It will help us later on as well.
Okay, then there is a bacha who's very nicely written. We don't need fancy stuff. Exactly. If you go to, the GTs of other apps and the kind of things they ask is a lot of times completely irrelevant. And the reason is because there the faculty is not making the test papers. These are random MCQs made by students from here and there in the internet, and they have been troubling students a lot because it would be all unnecessary details and unnecessary things being asked. If you realize, why did we actually call our course back to basics? Because we realized that when it is coming to INICET and NEET PG, what they are asking is actually basics, but how they're asking is the key. They are asking it in a confusing way where the options are very close, and they want students to know their depth of their knowledge and application of concepts to see which of these would be a better suited answer or next step or management protocol, right? So at DAMS, we try and keep it very realistic, primarily because everything is done by the faculty themselves. And that is what you will appreciate. Each and every faculty is trying at their own level to connect, to give you a material which is concise, to give you tests which are high yielding. So many students said that we got questions from TND papers and CBT papers, right? So everything is asked. We are trying to revise with you the same things, but every time in a different manner. Sometimes it will be theory based, sometimes it will be image based, sometimes it will be MCQ based, but at every revision will be in a different format. So LRR was very different from DVT. DVT was, different from other things in the form that it was more of, active recall, blank spaces, keywords, and integration, right?
अच्छा, एक बच्चा पूछ रहा है सर वो शॉर्ट कोर्सेज नहीं मिले ऐप में. सो अंकिता, दे आर नाउ rebranded as revision courses and they are
Yes.
there in your app as revision courses. Go to my study section and see the revision courses. I see a query by Ravneet. She is saying कि सर मैं INI नवंबर के लिए पढ़ना है, मैं बैक टू बेसिस कर रही हूँ, TND PYT, बाकी टेस्ट कैसे करना है. So Ravneet, when we are appearing for an exam like INICET, I need to be much better than others. And how to be much better than others is I need to have that, I need to become a test taking machine. तो अपना ना दिन शुरू करते समय एक किसी भी सब्जेक्ट का जो भी पढ़ रही है उसका टेस्ट दे दे. सबसे पहले सीटी दियो अगर अभी तक नहीं दिए, और अगर दिए भी होंगे तो इस साल के नए आ गए हैं वहां पे. तो यू हैव अ न्यू सेट ऑफ क्लास टेस्ट नाउ अपग्रेडेड इन योर ऐप. सो स्टार्ट अपीयरिंग फॉर क्लास टेस्ट एंड देन once you are finished with your CTs, do SWTs. यू माइट थिंक कि सर खाली टेस्ट से क्या होगा. टेस्ट ही तो असली चीज है. असली पेपर में याद ही तो नहीं आता. असली पेपर में यही तो
और
परेशानी होती है
हमारे
कि प्रॉपर याद
टेस्ट
कर पा रहे
सारे
होते हैं नहीं.
our tests are going to come with video discussions. So, that is how they are helpful to tell you how to work up the options, how to rule out one, why B is a better answer than A, what is important in options C and D, right? So they are all going to come with video discussions as well by the faculty who has made the paper.
And also to support the students who are appearing for the next NEET PG 2026, there is a discount going on the online courses on the app. Please make a note of that because it will end on 10th of August and most students they come to us on 11th. Okay. So we have seen this with CBT also. जो भी लास्ट डेट होती है ना उसके अगले दिन बहुत सारे बच्चों के मैसेज आते हैं कि सर मैं CBT रजिस्टर नहीं किया. सो देयर इज अ CBT फॉर INICET which is there in the app already. You can register for the CBT right now also. Don't wait for the last day to register. It becomes very difficult for us to book the centers, and all of also I see a very important query by many students. I see that happening in multiple queries के सर मेरे अगर मैंने ऐप लाइव लिया तो उसके अंदर जो TND है. सो व्हाट वी डू इज व्हेन यू आर अटेंडिंग अ ऐप लाइव क्लास, so you have significant teacher interaction with you every day. So that is why you will have a TND which will be slightly shorter because the discussions are already happening. Otherwise, there is a TND in your app. सब कुछ
which
है
is a
आपके पास.
live, which will be
Yes,
a
it's a
live
live
TND in
TND.
the app live course.
Teacher will be
Okay,
discussing
there
your
is
doubts.
another
Only thing is
query.
that your doubts will be slightly less, so the teacher will try to give you more out of it.
Okay, there is a query. Dr. Z is has taken the app live course and he or she is asking about the annotated notes. So beta, जैसे आपकी कल की class थी, your yesterday's class, it will be uploaded and underneath your video, you will see the notes of the faculty, right? Whatever the faculty has written, you will see it there. If you want the entire notes pre-written with you, then you can order the set of handwritten notes for you, right? You can order the set of handwritten notes. They will have everything already written. You can sit in the live class and just highlight. Also, if you want, no, I want to write something, not everything, but little I want to write, then you can use the workbooks. Your app live course will give you access to workbooks. You can actually download the workbook, insert it in your tablet or whatever device you're using, and you can write little in the workbook side by side to your class, right? So it is a very good idea because in the workbook, 90% of things are written, 10% we want the student to write with us. But if you don't even want to write that 10%, then you can order the set of handwritten notes. So everything is workbook based. Your live class also, your workbooks that are there, and your handwritten notes that are there. Okay.
Also, don't have this hurry of finishing the syllabus if you're preparing for NEET PG 2026. NEET PG 2026, looking at the date of this year's paper, we are looking at as early as June 2026. उसके आगे भी हो सकता है, जून सोच रहे हैं अभी हम. तो कहीं ऐसा ना हो ना कि तू अभी सोचे मैं एक महीने में एलआरआर कर लूँ, फिर डीबीटी कर लूँ, फिर किसी और के भी 3-4 चीजें इकट्ठी कर लूँ और पता चले कॉन्सेप्ट बने ही नहीं और पेपर में रैंक फिर से एवरेज आ जाए. So you have to spend the first part of your journey till March in building the concepts. DBT करेंगे मार्च के बाद, LRR February March. You understand? March April we will do the DBT. February March we will do LRR. तब तक पूरा रेगुलर क्लास को पूरा B2B पूरा खत्म करेंगे. Because if you don't make the concepts once, you will always be behind people who are, there are people who are studying from second year, third year onwards, building at concepts, and yesterday somebody asked me कि सर ये मतलब आई एम वेरी स्ट्रेंज कि सर जो दिल्ली मैमसी के बच्चे हैं ये तो डैम्स की क्लासरूम में फेस टू फेस में थर्ड ईयर से बैठ के पढ़ रहे हैं और पेरिफेरी में बच्चे को उसको पता ही नहीं है ये बात. तो मैंने कहा पता नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है, पता तो था, ऐप पे तो था तेरे पास, बट वी वर लुकिंग फॉर शॉर्टकट मत ढूंढ. अभी 1 साल है, 1 साल में तू सोच के मुझे उन सबको हराना है जो मेरे से आगे थे. तो तभी हो पाएगा इफ वी स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट्स इनिशियली.
Yes. And okay, Study B has probably joined our regular face-to-face course or offline course. And yes, see, the workbooks were undergoing changes. And now that everything has handwritten notes have also been updated, the workbooks have been updated, they will be all delivered to your center. Okay.
Yes.
In case, in case not, then as I said, it's very simple. You can go to the app live course, you can download the workbook, save it in your device, and you can annotate it in your device itself. Okay, it gets saved onto your device.
And also, there is some confusion that many students have कि sir notes का क्या मतलब है? I'll just explain to you. So in the DAMS platform, whenever you go to your app in your back to basics, you see two folders. One will say handwritten notes, one will say workbook. Workbook is a downloadable PDF given to you in your app itself because we want you to download the workbook and make notes along with the teacher in your iPad or your tab wherever you're making, so that you are able to constantly interact with the teacher and so write side by side so that it becomes your notes and you don't have to write too much because 60-70% is already written in the workbook. Rest you have to fill it up yourself, and that's the technique that is known to build your concepts more because you are engaged. If you need a hard copy workbook, you can purchase it from the app itself because some people don't like to write on tab. There is an option to purchase the hard copy workbook in the app itself. But suppose you are a student who wants to have something pre-written in which you can highlight or annotate yourself, then handwritten notes are also available. The soft copy is included in your back to basics. Hard copy you can purchase separately. And suppose you are a student who don't want to write anything, only want summary. At the bottom of every video, there is an icon called as Cortex AI, which helps you to summarize the video and give you the golden points. So what we've done is we are, and me and Dr. Deepti, we always talk about this, and we believe that every student is different. Their needs are different,
Yes,
and
their
if we are
learning
able to
curves are
help,
also different.
if we are able to help them, then suppose तेरे को नोट्स बना के पढ़ सकता है, दुनिया जैसे भी पढ़ रही हो, तू जैसे पढ़ सकता है वैसे ही तो पढ़ेगा ना. And that is matching the right product to the right student, helping them succeed is what our forte is. It is not like एक 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 दो तीन प्लान बनाया, सबको बेच दिया, सबने ले लिया, रिजल्ट किसी का भी नहीं आया. सब इससे नहीं बनती बात. रिजल्ट तब आएगा जब आई मैच यू टू योर राइट कोर्स. Suppose you
Okay, Dr.
already
Sumit,
know the
there is a very
content.
important query. I have to
Yeah.
answer that. Okay, somebody is saying I have joined app live, then should I also be doing B2B lectures? So the content is absolutely same, right? So whether it is app live or B2B, what is the difference? App live is live, B2B is a pre-recorded course. Why do we give B2B to app live students? Listen to us. Suppose you want to do two subjects at one time, okay, or you want to accelerate, or you want to integrate. For example, let's say you are studying anatomy GIT in app live, and now you want to see, oh, if I could study the GIT part of this also at this time, because that helps in integration. Then you can use the same lecture of GIT from back to basics and learn in the integrated way, right? So the purpose of giving B2B in Ultimate App Live is, one, if you feel you can accelerate the course, you can do one short, one long subject together. If you feel you can integrate two subjects, right? So that is the purpose why B2B has also been given. Otherwise, the content is same. The difference is, in one course, the teacher is every day coming live and teaching to you with a schedule, and in the other, all 19 subjects have been already recorded and given to you so that you can do it at your self pace. जैसे हमने कहा, सारे बच्चे अलग अलग होते हैं. कोई अपनी पेस पे पढ़ना चाहता है, कोई डेली मोटिवेशन के साथ पढ़ना चाहता है, ठीक है. किसी को चाहिए कि मुझे एग्जैक्टली सर और मैम की कॉन्सेप्ट लाइव समझ में आए, मैं लाइव डाउट सॉल्विंग कर पाऊं. So every child is different, their needs are different. You have to understand what your way of learning is, what suits you best, and then utilize that course to shine, right?
अच्छा, मैं दो दिन क्वेरी ले लेता हूँ. एक बच्चा कह रहा है, सर हैंड रिटन हार्ड कॉपीज अवेलेबल? यस बेटा, हैंड रिटन हार्ड कॉपीज आर अवेलेबल इन द मेडीमार्ट सेक्शन ऑफ योर ऐप फॉर डायरेक्ट परचेज. सेकंड थिंग, एक बच्चा पूछ रहा है, सर रैपिड रिवीजन इज अनदर रिसोर्स और बैक टू बेसिक्स? सो बैक टू बेसिक्स इन डैम्स is the regular course which has full videos, everything which you do in a classroom is there, plus it also has live rapid revision, which is the DAMS live rapid revision. It is there in the part of your course. You can just go to that folder for revision. Don't get
I think,
confused.
Dr. Sumer, what we can do is, tomorrow we can again show them the B2B, the TND and the app live. We'll try and do that for all of you. But yes, as sir said, within your B2B, you will see a folder which is called as live rapid revision. Is it different from B2B? No. Which means the same teacher who has taught in B2B has made completely written live rapid revision notes for you, right? It is their content, but they have made it more concise. So देखो, B2B एक full content है, उसको कंसाइज कर देते हैं तो क्या निकल के आता है? लाइव रैपिड रिवीजन. उसको और कंसाइज कर दोगे तो क्या निकल के आएगा? डीवीटी. और फाइनल जब हमने कंसाइज किया था तो हमने मैराथन भी करा था, है ना? सो दैट इज द वे वी गो.
एक बच्चे का क्वेरी है कि सर मैंने डैम्स का फेस टू फेस अटेंड कर लिया फाइनल एमबीबीएस के अंदर, अब मैं इंटर्नशिप में क्या करूं? सो द आइडिया दैट मोस्ट पीपल फॉलो इन टीएनडी इज दे फॉलो द डैम्स टीएनडी ऑन द ऐप. इट इज लाइव टीएनडी, मतलब आपने पढ़ा हुआ है और जो पढ़ा हुआ वो रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर भी टीएनडी के अंदर होंगे, बैक टू बेसिक्स इंक्लूडेड है इसके अंदर, प्लस एवरी वीक अ टेस्ट एंड डिस्कशन इज हैपनिंग. So you are constantly able to give yourself target, follow the targets, and listen to the teacher. And in the TND, the goal of the teacher is to try to revise the entire subject with the discussion. तो उस पूरे discussion में पूरा subject भी revise हो जाता है और बाकी 6 दिन अपनी internship के लिए, बाकी काम के लिए free भी मिल जाते हैं. So if you have already done the lectures, and this is the time where TND should be the most important thing. And
okay, let's take up quickly query because repeatedly आ रही है. Strategy for November INI. बेटा हमने already बात किया था, मैं short में आपको फिर से बता देती हूँ. See, difference between November INI and NEET PG is that some topics will remain common. But what INICET does is they go into more details of the topic, and especially they give questions like multiple completion, where a lot of depth is needed to solve the MCQ, right? So specially crafted course for this is INICET TND, right, which will include other shorter resources for INICET like Mission INICET, right? It will be there for you. So these things and INICET PYT PDFs, which I will be very soon sharing in Back to Basics. So basically आप TND follow करो, उसके साथ आप अपना revision plan करो, plus test paper दो, and give more and more tests so that you identify what are your weak zones. You especially go back to basic videos and revise your weak zones from B to B. Okay.
ओके और एक बच्चे का क्वेरी है कि सर सीबीटी क्या मैं दे सकता हूँ, मैं ऑनलाइन पढ़ रहा हूँ। सर नहीं, सीबीटी कोई भी बच्चा दे सकता है। उसके लिए आपने अपने ऐप पे जाना है, बॉटम पे एक जगह देखिए सीबीटी, यू विल सी द अपकमिंग सीबीटी नाउ इज इन अक्टूबर विच इज द नवंबर आईएनआई पैटर्न सीबीटी। यू कैन सर्च फॉर योर नियरेस्ट सिटी, it happens in multiple cities. Even if we don't have a face-to-face classroom, we try to do it all over India. Even in the smaller towns it happens. अभी इस बार का नीट पीजी गवर्नमेंट ने ज्यादा शहरों में कर दिया, नहीं तो यूजुअली वी वर दी लार्जेस्ट सीबीटी, अभी तो वो 200 शहरों में पहुंच गए, उतना मुश्किल है हमारे लिए अभी, बट वी डू इट इन अ सब्सटैंशियल चंक ऑफ सिटीज. You just need to find your nearest city, register for the CBT, and you're good to go.
The TNDs will usually have around 75 MCQs for discussion most of the times. Okay, so whether it is INICET TND or it is NEET PG TND, for some shorter subjects it may be slightly less than this, but usually it rounds up to around somewhere between 65 to 75 MCQs.
अच्छा, ये क्वेश्चन
there are
बहुत सारे
multiple
बच्चों का आता
tests.
है कि
There are
back to
4
basics और
sets of test papers. Okay.
तो बच्चों को बहुत सारा क्वेश्चन आता है बैक टू बेसिक्स और टीएनडी में क्या फर्क है. टीएनडी इज अ लेवल हायर देन बैक टू बेसिक्स. ये समझना मुश्किल इसलिए क्योंकि सिर्फ डैम्स के ऐप पे, इसके और किसी भी ऐप पे इस तरह का कोर्स नहीं है. सबके अंदर खाली रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर होता है, लेकिन रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर के बाद आपको एक डिसिप्लिन चाहिए, एक टीचर का इंटरेक्शन चाहिए. सो टीएनडी कम्स विद वीकली पैन ईयर, मतलब हर सब्जेक्ट के 2-2 टेस्ट होंगे, एक बार एक होगा, फिर दोबारा हर 6 महीने में साइकिल रिपीट होगा. एंड देयर विल बी डिफरेंट टेस्ट हैपनिंग ऑन, लाइक जैसे इस तरह के टेस्ट होंगे, रेडियोलॉजी नीट पीजी टीएनडी, रेडियोलॉजी आईएनआई सीईटी टेस्ट एंड डिस्कशन, रेडियोलॉजी नीट पीजी टीएनडी पार्ट 2. मतलब so pan year you will have a schedule of tests and live discussions happening on the app so that you can ask your doubts, interact, give yourself targets, compete with others. So it is the ideal resource if someone is self driven लेकिन उसको top rank लानी है. So then you add TND into it because TND is very important. It gives you the MCQ skill, it gives you the teacher discussions.
Okay, Fiza is asking तो फिर डेप्थ के लिए क्या करना है? डेप्थ के लिए कंटेंट करना है. That is why I was telling you कि unless you know your content very well, you will not be able to do the multiple completion questions. तो इसलिए फिजा you have to ensure कि हर TND से पहले आप उस सब्जेक्ट का B2B वीडियो अगर आपने पहले नहीं किया है, आप अब कर रहे हो. अगर किया है तो उसकी Cortex AI पॉइंट्स को रिवाइज करो to ensure that you are not missing on the finer details, right? So that is how it has to be. The content has to be the core thing. You cannot go superficial for INICET exams.
अच्छा, एक ना मैं बहुत सारे बच्चों को क्वेरी देख रहा हूँ कि टीएनडी का शेड्यूल बता दो, ऐप पे टीएनडी के बारे में बता दो. सो आई थिंक Dipti, it will be a good idea to spend tomorrow into helping them with the schedules of TND as well as navigating the various courses in the app, because I see a lot of students, asking the same question.
The complete schedule is already available on the app, but yes, we will try and bring it for you tomorrow in the transform session as well.
I think Dipti, if we can share a PDF of the schedule in the Telegram group also today itself, also it will help.
Yes, we can do that. We will do that. We'll share the PDFs of the schedules in my Telegram, Dr. Sumer's Telegram, as well as DAMS Alpha official Telegram. Okay.
And then we will show it to you tomorrow as well. So we'll make sure that you get to know the schedule of the TNDs. We will also show you how, case of the day is happening on the app. A free resource called as quiz of the day is happening on the app, so that you are in the right zone.
I think Fiza has a lot of doubts. तो मुझे Fiza का एक और डाउट आंसर करने दो. वो पूछिए फिर रिकॉर्डेड करना है या लाइव करना है. दोनों यूज करने हैं बेटा. फिजा, क्योंकि आपका पेपर नवंबर में आप अपीयर करना चाहते हो, So what I will suggest is जो उसमें से INI TNDs live आएंगे आप वो live करते चलो, and if you want to add another subject you will use the recorded INI TND as well, which we did for the May INI session, right? So you will utilize both. So you will start doing the live TNDs also and also utilize the special session that we have given to you, which we did live for May session के लिए जो हमने live किया था वो हम आपको recorded form में दे रहे हैं for your November session as well. Plus for your November we are also starting a new cycle of INI TND. Okay.
And I would again emphasize, always look out at the CBT section of your app at the bottom for the upcoming CBTs. So the next upcoming CBT in October will be the INI CET CBT. It will happen all over India, but you will have to book your seat in advance so that you don't miss out. Okay.
Okay, somebody is saying App Live. App Live also has a live TND cycle with it, right? So we don't give it any special name because App Live is a comprehensive course. So you will get within that course as well, you will also get a live TND schedule, because the purpose is you learn the content and then with the TNDs you learn to apply the content. So App Live will also have a full cycle of live TND within your course. Okay.
So I think we have taken most of your queries as well. So what I'll emphasize, something which has been
We will
often
have
asked.
a CBT for November INI. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's already open. The booking for the
Yes.
CBT is already open.
Please look
So,
at your app bottom panel and you can kindly do the registration for the CBT for November INI.
and suppose you are a 2026 aspirant or 2027 aspirant, the topmost tier, the most premium course on the DAMS app is the App Live. इसमें बैक टू बेसिक्स तो है ही, क्योंकि वो तो है ही, उसमें एक साइकिल टीएनडी का भी है, वो भी है, टीएनडी लाइव भी होगा, टीचर टेस्ट एंड डिस्कशन भी करेंगे, लेकिन सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है, उसमें रोज लाइव लेक्चर होता है. So you have a app live, test and discussion, back to basics, all included in a single subscription called as App Live. So that is the most premium subscription on the app.
Right. So I think for today we've taken a lot of queries. Tomorrow we'll help you with the TNDs, right? Because there are a lot of
I think
queries, so we
I'll
will
quickly
be.
I'd quickly take a timeline for INICET. एक बच्चा बार बार पूछ रहा है. So if I
हाँ जी
was
हाँ
in
जी.
your place, August and September I will finish my one cycle of DAMS TND, and then in the final month I will revise either through LRR plus DBT or DBT plus Mission INICET. ये
Mission
combination
INICET.
होगा.
Yes, this is
Mission
very
INICET
important.
DBT, and I will appear for the October DAMS CBT. And I also, because you're targeting November INICET, I will give maybe one GT every 15 months in the 15 days in the first month, every 7 days in the second month, every 3 days in the last month. I will give as many GTs as possible.
Chalo.
Okay.
So we'll see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. with the special focus on the TND
TND.
available at DAMS Alpha. Okay. So we will help you navigate. We will also help you tell the inclusions. We will also help you explain the schedules, right? And we will tell you how to best use the DAMS Alpha TND to get the edge that you need. Okay. So we'll do that tomorrow.
And wish you all the best. Have a great productive day ahead. And I just wanted to tell you one feature of the DAMS app which you may not know otherwise. DAMS is the only app where you have the principals of the school coming to you every day in the morning on the app itself at 10 a.m. with the transform session to tell you how to use the product, how to study, what to do at what stage of your life. So thank you very much for the support, and thank you very much for all the lovely messages that you keep sending us, making our day more beautiful. We wish you all the best. Have a great day ahead and a very productive day ahead.
Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Bye bye.